Yo, my chest looks kind of good in this lighting though. All right, muffle. Yo, guys. So I've made a lot of edits, and one of the effects I like to use in my edits is this trippy effect glitch thing. I don't know, it's not too glitchy, but it looks really clean. And a lot of you guys have been wondering how I do it. And so in today's video, I wanted to do a tutorial where I show you guys exactly how you can make this dope effect. There are 3 variations, and they're all very quick and very simple. So I hope you guys enjoy. This is gonna be packed with super high quality and efficient information that I hope you guys really find helpful, and I love you all. Feel free to like this video and subscribe to the channel because it helps, and let's get into this. Okay, so for the first variation here, it's going to be very simple, as you will see with the other ways that you can do this. So I'm just going to Control-Alt-Y to create an adjustment layer. So what we wanna do is kind of splice up the ending of this first clip so that by the time it gets to the second clip, it's like cut into the picture. And so to do that, you can use a bunch of effects, but it ultimately is going to come down to the masking as well, which is super simple. So I'm going to look up an effect called Texturized Motion, which is by Red Giant Universe. Now, if you don't have this, it is all good. It's really just posterized time too. So if you don't have that effect, you can also use an adjustment layer with an effect called Posterized Time. Throw that on, put it to like 5 or 6, and also put like a vignette on it, and you'll get a very similar effect. So it doesn't matter what effect you're using. For simplicity's sake, I'm just going to use this effect. And there's really no right way to do this. Literally all I'm going to do is click Q, put it on the square mask, and just start drawing some freaking squares. And the only guideline I really follow is not to go more than like 2 frames on the same mask. So as you can see, I just cut the adjustment layer after making the first mask, just a couple frames later. So once you cut the first adjustment layer, you move the mask around, flip it. You just like kind of do whatever you want with it, make it look cool or whatever. And then boom, we have that for 3 frames. And then this one I'm gonna make for 1 frame. It's kind of like a random game of like, okay, let me just move this around and adjust it a little bit. So this one's only gonna last for 1 frame. I'll probably do another 2 frame. As you can see, I'm not following any particular set of rules in order to do this. I'm just kind of moving around this box and having a good time with it. So, you know, I'm gonna put a box here, keep it for 2 frames. I'm feeling 2 frames again. I'll do it again. So sue me. Just move it around one more time. Make it look like a Minecraft blog, because that's kind of the theme we're going for here. And then I'll do a 1 frame. And that's really it, guys. Like, I literally just drew a box. Like, tell me that doesn't go hard, bruh. And if you're not vibing with it, you can just adjust the size. You know what? We're gonna make this a little bit longer and do it again. Ready? Boom. Ba-da-ba, boom. Skiddly bop. Oh, that's gonna go hard. I'm telling you, bro, that's all you gotta do. Okay. Welcome to how I make my videos. I just kind of draw random boxes and call it a day. So that is the first variation. Obviously, it's pretty simple. I'm gonna move on to the second variation now, and as you'll see, it's kind of similar, and it also does the job amazing, and it's really not complex. So for the second variation, there's just 2 clips together, just like we had for the first. Now what we want to do is very similar to what we just did. We want to almost give a couple preview frames of this clip before it actually cuts in. This is where the clip cuts, so we're just going to give a few extra single frame glitches right before that comes in. So to do that, I'm going to duplicate this layer, click Alt left bracket and Alt right bracket to choose the in and out frame, and then boom, then you can duplicate that, move it a little later, and you can adjust like which frame you want it to be. For this case, it doesn't even really matter that much. So then we got that, and then I'm gonna do the same thing but for the other side. So that was on the Minecraft clip. Now I'm gonna take the Fortnite clip, and obviously your layer names will be different, but then I'm going to extend that clip, choose Alt left bracket, Alt right bracket, duplicate it, move it around, maybe keep that one for 2 frames. And then what we can do is just click the blending mode here, which if you can't see, you can toggle switches and modes in the bottom left, and then make that some shit like darken, you know, like choose whatever looks cool. You can even do hue, I don't know. Soft light looks cool, that looks fire. And there's no right way to do it again, you know, like maybe I'll do multiply for that one. Like that looks hard. So that's another way to, and you can also do this mid clip. Like don't be afraid to do this mid clip, especially if it's on like a beat with a lot of trippy beats or something. I don't know, you can do it however you want. But that is the second variation of how to do this dope ass little glitchy effect transition thingy. So I'm gonna show you guys the third variation now, which is the last one. And again, you know, it's very simple. So I'm gonna delete those. Now I'm going to create an adjustment layer, and I'm just gonna click Alt left bracket, Alt right bracket like we just did. And then we have this one frame adjustment layer. So I can look up an effect like directional blur and just change the direction around, increase the blur length. As you see, we have these like dark edges going on here, which is not aesthetic at all. So we're gonna look up motion tile. And if you have my editing pack, I have a preset called efficient motion tile, because if your motion tile output width and height go super high, this just sets it up for you so that it's super easy to work with. And then you just put that directional blur under the motion tile. So then we're all set there. Duplicate that, throw it around a couple times, you know, adjust the direction, and we're just throwing in some random glitches. So I'm gonna duplicate this adjustment layer, put it here, delete the effects so I can add something else. And an effect I really like to use is a plugin called Signal. Most people don't have this, so don't worry if you don't have it, because you can do it with literally any of the effects in your After Effects already. But I decided to get this plugin because I thought it looked pretty cool. So you can also use that instead of directional blur. And then I like to just mix and match everything. So I might even throw in like a film effect. And if you don't have a film plugin, there's all these different things that you can use. Just remember it's going to be in there for one frame, so try to keep it with like the aesthetic of what your edit is, and it'll look pretty fire. Like if I go to stylize, maybe I can use something from block load, you know, like that's literally a random effect, but it looks sick. Like I'm gonna use that. Dude, that's actually, yo, this is actually valid. Oh my, yo, put me on, bruh. You can make some effects more intense than others. Like I might add like a tritone to this one and make it like really poppy, then just hue it. It's just a bunch of one frame glitches. I have blurs and little VHS effects on it. So that's the idea. And also I highly encourage you to just mix and match all of these variations together. Like you can use masking and one frame glitches all together to make some stuff that looks really clean. And that's it, guys. If you want to watch my other tutorials, I have 2 on the screen right here, and I think you'll love them. So feel free to check those out. And my Patreon includes a bunch of exclusive tutorials and content as well. So the link to that is in the description if you want to join. It helps to support me as well. And I love you guys. Stay cozy, stay comfy, and stay hydrated. Peace.